Hello and welcome to another edition of Andy Akright History. I'm here at Monarch Plaza, home of the historic site of Municipal Stadium, but it's much more than that. It's at the corners of 22nd and Brooklyn in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, originally this was Muehlebach Stadium, named after George Muehlebach, the owner of the Kansas City Blues. Kansas City Blues were a farm team for the New York Yankees, like a minor league team. In 1923, they actually won the Little World Series, the World Series for minor league teams. In 1924, the Kansas City Monarchs won the Negro Leagues World Series here. So we have a lot of history already. Now, then it was renamed Ruppert Stadium after the Yankees owner, Jacob Ruppert. And then it was renamed to Blues Stadium, okay? So now it's Blues Stadium. Now, a very interesting fact, in 1939, Lou Gehrig had his last at-bat here. Now, many people think May 2nd, 1939 was his last at-bat. That's when his streak ended, and he stopped playing for the Yankees, but he actually traveled with the team still as kind of an ambassador. He would take the lineup cards out to home plate and things like that, but he wouldn't play, but he did play. They had just played the St. Louis Browns in exhibition games, and they came here to play the Blues. In that game, you had the DiMaggio brothers, you had Phil Rizzuto, and you had Lou Gehrig. And in the third inning, he came up and had his last at-bat here. Now, we are at the southeast corner. The home plate would have been at the southwest corner, right down there. Lou Gehrig had his last at-bat, right? So after that, so that was June 11th, 1939. June 13th, 1939, he went up to Mayo Clinic in Minnesota and was diagnosed with ALS, which is now commonly referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease. So we have the Kansas City Blues here, and they are here, but then Charlie Finley brings the Kansas City Athletics here. So the Kansas City Athletics are a Major League Baseball team, and he adds on an upper deck and renames it Municipal Stadium in 1955. Okay, so Kansas City Athletics here in 1955. And in 1963, the Dallas Texans, you might have heard of the Houston Texans, well, the Dallas Texans were brought here as the Kansas City Chiefs. So Lynn Dawson actually played for the Dallas Texans and has Dallas Texans equipment and all that, but then played for the Kansas City Chiefs right here in Municipal Stadium. So we have Municipal Stadium here, and other things that happen here. The Beatles played here. Pele played soccer here, and then you have the Kansas City Royals playing their first game here. So the Kansas City Royals in 1969, Charlie Finley moved the Athletics to Oakland, where they still are, and he then, Ewing Kauffman wanted a franchise, and in 1969 he got it, and they used Municipal Stadium as their stadium until 1973 when the Truman Sports Complex was built. And they moved there. So you have that, and you have the Chiefs actually played the Dolphins in 1971, and the longest game up to then in history was on Christmas Day versus the Dolphins. So you have the Chiefs playing here, and you have the Royals playing here until 1973 when Kauffman Stadium, now Kauffman Stadium, Truman Sports Complex is built. In 1976, this was torn down, and this is what's left. Now here's Monarch Plaza, but you have greats of the game, like here's Amos Otis, John Mayberry, Bobby Bell, Willie Lanier. Over here, Otis Taylor, John Thomas Wyatt's right here, John Jordan, Buck O'Neill, Satchel Paige, Leroy Satchel Paige. You have players like Babe Ruth. You had Hank Aaron and Willie Mays playing right here in this field that's just a field. Now they've made it a housing area, and it's Monarch Manor, but it was so much more than that. So much more than that. From 1923 to 1976, this was the home of Kansas City sports. This was it. And they had the Blues, the Athletics, the Monarchs, the Texans, the Chiefs, and the Royals all right here at 22nd and Brooklyn. Municipal Stadium. We're right here, southwest corner, southeast corner, pardon me. Down here, southwest corner, and you've got home plate. What a great piece of history that needs some more love here in Kansas City. Monarch Plaza, home to Mulebox Stadium, Rupert Stadium, Blues Stadium, and Municipal Stadium. Thanks, I'll see you next time.